Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about how I pack my personal item bag and the method that I use. And I have an acronym for you and everything. I am an avid traveler. I travel with my kids. I'm a travel agent that specializes in Disney and Universal vacations as well as cruise vacations. So I've got this down to a science. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that your bag fits the requirements for underseat for whatever airline you're flying on. Go check that, and then whatever bag you want to use, make sure that that measures. That's first and foremost. So I'll go over the bag that I always use. This is my ride or die for my underseat bag. It's the Dagny Dover Indy. So technically this is and this is the large size, the biggest one they make. And this is technically it's a diaper bag, but I just like the functionality of it so much that I bought it when my kids weren't even using diapers. So, and then I just sold the parts I didn't want, like on Mercari, really easily. So we'll go over the bag real quick, and then I'll start packing it up, and I'll tell you how I decide what I'm going to put in there. So first and foremost, I love this bag because it's neoprene, it's very easy to clean, and it's black. The only drawback to this bag is that if you look on the inside, I love how this opens up really, really wide like this, right? But if you look on the inside, it's absolutely a black hole in there. So the way that I combat that is everything I put in there is brightly colored so that I can find it easily. This bag's got 2 zippers. It buckles on the side to keep the side down. It's got 2, this looks like 2 pockets. It's actually 1. So you go like this. And it's meant to put like wipes in there, but there's also a key leash where I put my keys, and I think there's pen loops in there as well. It has 2 nice stretchy water bottle pockets on the sides, along with some elastic that I think you could put like a coat or something in here if you needed to. And then on the back, it has something really, really important. This is a luggage pass-through. You're gonna want that. Regardless of what kind of bag you have, you're gonna want a luggage pass-through because it's really nice to be able to take this off and put it on your luggage when you get the chance. And then in the back here, it's got 2 like secret compartments. One of the things I did keep with this bag is these are stroller hooks. But what I use them for, I don't so much anymore because my kids are a little bigger, but I would hook them down here on this strap. And then when I needed to be hands-free, but I needed to know my kid was near me, I would have them just hold on to this. And then I knew that they were there. I could feel them there. I could have my hands free if I needed to. So there's a tip. Use a stroller strap as like a kid handle. Okay, the other thing that I always keep on this bag is a hero clip. And I'll link everything I have in here down below if I can. And this is great. They come like this. You can get them right on Amazon in a bunch of different sizes. I think this is the small or the medium. I don't know, I'll look. But what you can do is hook it onto your bag anywhere like this, and then hang it on the back of a door or something like that, or a table, so that your bag doesn't touch the ground or the bathroom or anything like that. So I just keep this on here pretty much at all times. So the other reason that I choose a backpack, that I personally love backpacks for airline travel, is that if I should have to check my carry-on bag and I don't have anything to put this on, I can put this backpack, it's got really nice padded straps. I can put this backpack on my back and it's not weighing down my shoulder like a crossbody bag or a duffel or something like that. I've had to hoof it all the way across airports with a big heavy duffel on my shoulder. It's not fun. So I always go with a backpack. So let's talk about what I put in here. Okay, so everyone is gonna want to put something different into their bag based on their own personal needs. I have an acronym that I use. I have my kids use this, and then they pick what falls into that category that applies to them. So the acronym is GEAR. You wanna get your gear together. So the first letter is G, and that stands for grub or snacks. So now is the time not to have like if you're a healthy person in real life, great, and you wanna pack nuts and celery and all of that stuff, fantastic news. Don't forget though that if you can smear it, it's considered a liquid. So peanut butter, hummus, those types of things, dips, those count towards your liquid allowance for carry-on. So I try not to bring liquids if I can. I also really like to go to Dollar Tree and then just let the kids pick like a sweet and a salty from the aisle, because they're all smaller in size. And they can just go kind of nuts and pick whatever they want. So as far as snacks, here's what I picked. So I like to have pretzel chips. I think these are really great. And then I like to have something kind of sweet to snack on. Some protein. I'll raid the fridge too. Oranges, bananas, apples, that kind of thing. I'll bring that with as well and put it all in a Ziploc bag. And the reason I overpack for snacks is, one, we can always eat them when we're at our destination, but two, if we're stuck on a plane, like on the jetway or something like that, for hours on end, if that should happen, God forbid, we have snacks. We're not gonna go hungry. And then also, we're not gonna go thirsty because we're bringing our water bottles. You know, remember, you wanna take these empty through TSA and then fill them up afterwards, but I'm always bringing my water bottle with me as well. I typically use an insulated one. I can't find it, so I need to locate that before we go, but this is just a stand in place of that. So water bottle and then more snacks than you think you're gonna need. Okay, and then here's a tip for cereal bars. So if you just put them in your bag, they're gonna get smushed, and then your kid's not gonna eat them, or you're gonna eat a smushed cereal bar, it's gonna be gross. So I do two things. This is an old wipes case from a diaper bag that I had years ago, but it holds cereal bars really, really well in it, or protein bars, and it keeps them, it's hard, so it keeps them from getting smushed. Or even less expensive, this is like, they sell drink packets in these, like Crystal Light or whatever, and I just took the wrapper off. But if you look, you can fit a whole bunch of cereal bars in there, and they stay nice and protected. So that's just a really good way to keep those in your bag. You can put this in your diaper bag or in your carry-on bag, whichever. Okay, and the E stands for entertainment. So you're gonna want analog and digital here, because you never know what's gonna happen. So this is not my phone, this is just my son's phone that he plays around with. I'm filming on my phone, so there you go. So I've got my phone. Make sure that you download movies or whatever you want on this before you leave, right? You want to make sure that you've got some entertainment downloaded, especially because you can never trust the seat backs if they have TVs on them, or more and more airlines just don't have any entertainment at all, or they want you to use your phone to access it. So boom, grabbed a phone, downloaded it on there. With my kid, I have him bring his iPad. This is new to me and I absolutely love it. So I just got a plain old Kindle. I'm reading Harry Potter to my son on it, but I just got a plain old Kindle, and the thing I love about it is that I can read it at night, I can read it anywhere, there's no glare, nothing like that. I just download a whole bunch of books on this, and there's no internet, no distractions, and it fits really nicely in my hand, and I've read a ton of books already since I got this, and it's sort of reignited my love of reading. So Kindle, but again, that's digital, so we need to have something analog too. So I love crosswords. You could bring a notebook, you could bring kind of anything that you could do, a magazine, that type of thing, that if you should happen to not have power or something like that, or you just want to unplug for a little bit, you've got analog and digital stuff that you can use for your entertainment. Okay, and A stands for amenities. So things that we kind of need to keep us comfortable, to keep us happy during the flight. So I'm always carrying around a bunch of disinfectant wipes. This is going to be the big pack that stays inside my bag. We'll talk about the little pack later in a minute. And then these are regular old baby wipes that you could wipe your face with, or, you know, anything that you don't need to disinfect, you just want to clean. And then this is a kit, for lack of a better term. It's just got some things in case of travel emergencies. It's very mini, and we'll go into what's in this in a second. But before that, I wanted to touch on this. So this is a little crossbody bag, kind of like a little tiny sling bag. I did a video already, I'll link it below, what's in here, where I go in depth. But basically, I just wear this on me, and it's got anything I'm gonna need right while I'm in my seat. And that way I don't have to keep pulling my bag in and out from underneath the seat. But these are all my immediate things that I'll need immediately when I'm in the plane. And I wear this across my body, but I always make sure that I have room in my carry-on in case a flight attendant wants me to put it away. So go check out if you want to see all of the things that are in here. If you think there's something missing from my carry-on bag, it's probably because it's in here. All right, let's get into what's in here. So this bag came from Amy's Small World. This is probably one of my favorite Disney movies, Robin Hood, but she's got a lot of really great bags on here. And this is a lot of just in case of emergency or upset things. So I have a little fidget toy here. You can take this apart and futz around with it. I have a face wipe. I have some lip balm kind of thing. I have a pen. I have a deodorant wipe. I have a little mini nail file. What's this? 2 zip ties. Zip ties can fix a whole lot of problems. In here, I have a couple of rubber bands and some bobby pins. This is an eyeglass repair kit. We've got like breath strips. A little mini super glue, again, fixes just about anything. An assortment of safety pins. A Tide to Go stick. These are great. These fix a whole lot of stains and problems. Will make a shirt look like nothing ever happened to it and you don't have to wash it. And then lastly, a pair of fingernail clippers in case you get a hangnail. But also these can stand in place for scissors if you need to cut a tag off of something or a stray thread, that kind of thing. Okay, let's put all this back. And that's it for amenities. And then the R stands for requirements. So if my bag is checked and lost, I know that I'm good for 24 to 48 hours. Or if I'm carrying on and they check my bag and something happens to that bag, again, I know that I'm good. These are things that I'm gonna absolutely need on me in the first 24 hours or so of my travel. So the first thing I have, and my kids have these too, is an entire spare set of clothing. I try to make sure it's comfortable in case it's something I have to sleep in, but this is literally tops, bottoms, underwear, socks, all of those things. I think this time I even put my swimsuit in there because if they lose my kid's swimsuit, I can just go to Target, but I'm a lot more picky about that. So this is a compression packing cube. So the way this works, I'll unzip it because this is ready to go. The way this works is that you load it like this, right? Put all your clothes in there, you load it like this. This one's really cool because it's got this separate zipper pocket, and then underneath you could also there's a separate slip pocket where you could put flip-flops or something if you needed to. So what you do is you load it up like this, zip this zipper, and see right now how thick that is. Then you take this second zipper, and they make all different sizes of these compression packing cubes. And you compress all of the air out of it. There. And now look at the size of it. It's much, much smaller. And I put this at the very bottom of my bag. Hopefully I don't need to get to it. I definitely won't need to get to it while I'm traveling. But it's there, and then I know that I at least have a change of clothes if something should happen to all of the rest of my clothes while I'm traveling. Okay, the next thing is I require sunglasses. So I keep these in my bag. I don't need them when I'm flying or anything, but I need them when I get where I'm going. And I have prescription sunglasses now so I can read my phone. So I make sure to bring those, and I like to have them in a hard case to protect them. The next requirement is chargers. So this is just a charger case. I haven't loaded it up yet. I will soon. But it separates all of your charger cords and things like that. It's really nice, keeps everything really neat and together, and I don't want to be without chargers if I get somewhere. So this goes in my personal item bag as well. Okay, this, if you saw my other video, you know that in my crossbody bag, in my sling bag, I carry a brick and a cord. This is a power bank, and this can just plug right into my phone and charges it up. I think there's like 3 charges. And the nice thing about this one is it just connects to my phone and I don't need cords or anything like that. But I keep this in my bag because I don't use it while I'm on the plane if I don't have to. Okay, keys. I need those for when I get home. There's a little key leash in that bag so that I know where my keys are when I get home. Then, and this is just a stand-in right now, but if you have any medications, any vitamins, anything like that that's vital that you take in the first 24 hours you travel, you want to make sure you're packing those. I keep a small set of liquids that I'm gonna need or that I'm gonna want around. So deodorant, Body Glide, this is chapstick, some lotion, poopery, and hand sanitizer. This is, you know, I'm TSA pre-check, so I don't have to take any of this out, but I like to have it separated just in case TSA wants to have a look at what it is. And I sell these in my shop in case you like this little bag. And then lastly, so I know that everything is on cell phones these days, all your reservations, if you're staying in an Airbnb, all of that stuff is going to be in there. But a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, went to Puerto Rico, had all of that information on her phone, went to go unlock the house and dropped her phone, and the screen shattered and the phone was done. And she was stuck in Puerto Rico with a broken phone, no way to replace it, and no way to access all of her information. Now is a really good time to tell you too to back everything up to the cloud before you travel. So download all of the entertainment, all of the information you're gonna need, back everything up into the cloud, and then print out copies of what you're gonna need. So this is just a travel organizer. And so I put like our parking pass for where we're going next in here. This is our car reservation. This will have our flight information, all of that stuff. I'll print that all out the day before we go. And we have US passport cards, which are a little bit easier if you're doing air travel within the United States or land or sea travel to Canada or Mexico. You can use those. So I usually will keep those right here as well. And you know, they'll put them right back in my bag when I'm done, when we clear TSA. But that's all of the information I'm gonna need. It just backs up all of the reservations, all of the paperwork that I need, and I put it right in here, and it's red so I know I can find it. So that's it. Requirements that's the last of the requirements. Let's pack up this bag and I'll show you how it looks once I get everything in it. There we go. There, that's a better look. There we go. So I hope that this packing video has helped you out. I hope that when you travel well and you travel safely. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.